Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Music Breakdown with Phillip, Nathaniel, Freeman. Today, we are revisiting WillRamos and his one-take vocal playthrough of Into the Earth with his band, Lorna Shore. I am excited to be revisiting WillRamos and his mastery of the disgusting and sinister art of death metal screaming. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. You know what I like about Lorna Shore's logo? You can actually read it. Unlike other deathcore bands that are out there. And there he is, the master himself.
Into the Earth.
Here we go. Okay. I'm going to be pausing a lot here because this is an analysis video. If you want to watch the original, go ahead and hit the description down below for the original and go ahead and hit the card up above. But first things first, I really find the choice of puffing out the cheeks here to be an interesting choice. What I find so impressive about Will's performances is the dynamics that are present in his performances and the color and shaping of his upper vocal tract around his distortion. It's incredible. One thing to also note, and I want to make sure that this is covered in every single video I do on extreme vocals, the actual vocal folds themselves, which phonate pitch like ah, have little to nothing to do with distortion. It is everything else around the phonation that causes the distortion to occur. And there are all kinds of elements that can contribute to the sound of that distortion. You just want to make sure that you're never thinking of the phonation of the vocal folds as a contributing factor to the distortion. They contribute to the air pressure and to the power behind the extreme vocal, but they rarely, if ever, have anything to do with the distortion itself. That is so important to understand. And I want to make sure that whatever you take from this analysis, from this music breakdown, that you do this all at your own risk and consult a voice trainer before attempting any of this. Let's keep going. Now, that is really cool. The use of his tongue, the puffing of the cheeks, the openness of certain words there, it adds a really cool movement there. It adds some interest to the performance, which is really, really cool to witness and watch and listen to. You can appreciate that. Whatever genre of music you're into, you can appreciate the interest that Will is creating in these first lines that he is screaming. So, and that code switch right there is so difficult to do. And something that he's doing in this, which I won't even begin to attempt, is his tongue position here when he goes up in the veins here. That's incredible. That is an incredible thing. Like his tongue position through his high-pitched screams, his goblin-type screams. He's doing this with his tongue, but also putting it in the shape of a U. Watch this. That's insane. And the depth of the curve, too, is really interesting. Another great code switch there. Let's watch this code switch again. Incredible. Super high, super scary. Nice. All right, so I want to bring something to your attention, which I was talking about at the beginning of the video here with the phonation of the vocal folds, where there is a head-dominant voice sound happening with the and then this part, I become a god! I become a god! I become a god! That's what's happening with the actual phonation of the vocal folds. And you'll find this fascinating as well when he gets into those gutturals at the bottom. So, I become the demon! dreamer, I become the dreamer. That's what's behind it. Isn't that fascinating? I'll become the dreamer, I become the dreamer, I become the dreamer. Yeah, so there you go. If you've always wondered how you can get that power behind your scream, put phonation, clean phonation down as the foundation for that, but do so at your own risk and consult your voice trainer before you attempt it, okay? So, let's watch that again. His highs are so crazy. I love it. He sounds like a pirate here. I'm so smart. And the way that he's using his tongue, it's got this brightness to it that would otherwise not be there. I'm so smart, which you can change to I'm so smart if you keep it narrow and twist the tongue a little further. So you can see that a lot of the code switching that he's doing is dependent upon the movement and changing in his upper vocal tract while keeping a stable sound within the vocal tract itself, along with the air pressure that's being manipulated by his torso, his diaphragm, his respiratory system. So let's keep watching. Yeah, but I love that pirate sound. Arr, matey. All right. Oh, dude. Okay. Feeling slowly fades into plasticity. Let's go over that. Now, listen again here. Oh, God, there's a pig-like grotesqueness that is there, and I'm going to break down how he's getting just that slight edge on it. All right, so you have the throat singing sound, which is generally found across cultures around the world. And so that is an element of what's happening here. And he's obviously adding the distortion behind it. But there's another element to what he's doing here, which I want to bring to your attention. So the line is slowly fades into plasticity. Look at his lip position. Okay, so you've got the you've got the and now he's going to do this. There's a treble sounding frequency there that just adds this disgusting, in the best way, disgusting higher frequency that would otherwise not be there. So listen to the difference. It's subtle, but it just adds this squishy nastiness that would otherwise be more subtle than what he is accentuating here in this example. So, great stuff. Okay, now, here's another example of what's happening with the phonation. Is this the end? Oh, that's the beginning. Then we put on the filter. Is this the end? Oh, that's the beginning. Isn't that crazy how the phonation in the actual vocal folds contributes to that power? And you could barely hear it through all of the filtering that's happening. Wild stuff. But you can hear the difference in pitch that's happening. He's using his spectrum. Even though the spectrum of pitch may be limited, it's still being used. So let's listen again. And there's that tongue. That pirate tongue. I'm going to call that pirate tongue. Arr, matey! Yeah. The Gollum screams. That is one of the most difficult types of screams to do. And I would consider pretty darn dangerous because it gets so compressed and so constricted in certain areas. You just want to make sure that you're compensating by using great technique and don't choke yourself off because it is so easy to do that. So for me, my sweet spot is much lower in my head dominant voice than what's happening with Will. He has developed his voice in such a way where he can go pretty high in his phonation and still have enough openness. And though I'm able to create a similar sound, it has a much lower phonetic base than he does. And that is something to keep in mind, that every single voice is different and that you should find your sweet spot. And it might be different than, say, Will's or mine or any other screamer. Every voice is unique. That's something to keep in mind as you're going on in your journey here. Incredible. That, and not only that, to be able to put the color and dynamic on something that high, to be able to still manipulate the upper vocal tract to get those dynamics to occur on such a high-pitched sound. Good stuff. Okay, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but it's in the same key of the song. It's pitch screaming. That's a great choice. Great choice musically. He has such control over his mid-range screams. You're not seeing any vein poppage occur when he's doing this. That just showcases how well controlled and how masterful his performance is. It shows his experience. It shows his knowledge and understanding of his instrument immensely. Because with other screamers, you'll see this popping, which is an indicator of something not firing correctly. Everything is firing correctly here. It's insane. It's insane to watch. Completely relaxed. Excellent control. Well, listen. Phonation. Back to the youth. Back to the youth. Once you add those filters, that's what makes it sound so much lower and so much more of a jump than it actually is phonetically. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But my God, it sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Oh my gosh. That just sounds so nasty. So good. Yeah. Perfect example of comfortable phonation and a really great manipulation of the upper vocal tract. Whoa. He is doing something that showcases an SOVT exercise. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. If you've ever seen singers use a straw for this purpose or do hums or lip trills, well, that's an SOVT exercise. And he's using I can't believe this. He's using this as a performance choice here. He's not even opening his mouth when he's doing this distortion. All right, watch. So for the line, break me free from this nightmare, he's not even opening his mouth. He's going... So here's a quick tip for anybody who is struggling with getting control over their distortion. If you can do it through a straw, or you can do it with your mouth closed, that shows that you have things in control and that you are not overblowing the vocal tract with air. Your airflow is under a certain amount of restraint, that you're able to sustain that sound. One thing that I have told students is that you want to think of this like the door to a party. The party this disgusting, nasty, grotesque party is happening inside. And this is amplifying the party. It's amplifying the party, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So rather than blowing all the air and energy out into the room, you want to bring it up into the air pocket of your resonant spaces and have this down here connect with what's happening up here and keep it under control. A straw is very useful for this purpose, along with other SOVT exercises. So keep that in mind as we keep going here. Let's watch that again. That code switch was not right. That's insane. That is just disgusting and incredible. Oh my God. The code switching there is just, it's black belt, like 6-degree black belt stuff there. That's nuts. That's incredible. That is just getting that sound. Oh my God, that amount of compression up on the top there is just nuts. Is nuts. Can't even attempt to get there. That is my ceiling there. His ceiling is huge. Incredible. Incredible. Nice. And there's that forward motion again. Dang. Yucky. Good. I love that dark sound that comes out of Will's voice in his mid-tone, and it just gets really nice and dark and nasty there. It's good. I keep saying that. Another crazy code switch. That's nuts. Jeez. I'm going to be obsessing for the next 3 months on how to go from this to that. And again, he's pitch screaming. Yeah. And I think there's an instrumental here, if I remember correctly. All right. Another thing to keep in mind overall is his amount of control. Like I said earlier, the veins popping. Yeah, I've only seen a little bit of veinage up here in his face. And just like any high performance car, you're going to redline it once in a while. But the lack of that happening, the lack of the veins popping, it just shows that his instrument is so fine tuned and ready for anything. It just shows that he has such good control over the airflow that he's got, and he's not overblowing his vocal folds, and he's getting the air that he needs. His inhales are probably in check 100% of the time here. So this is great. Air guitar. Everybody loves air guitar. Man, those drums. I don't even want to begin with that. Man. And also, if you take all of this music, and obviously it does have symphonic elements within the music, but if you took all of the music and arranged it for orchestra, for violin, for brass, for strings, for brass, for percussion, it would sound very much like Wagner or Stravinsky or even Beethoven. The complexity musically here is something to be appreciated no matter what style of music you listen to, what your favorite flavor of musical tea is. So this is some very dark and bitter in-your-face tea, but you can still appreciate the flavor. Relaxed. Confidence. Love it. He looks bored. Because he's so used to kicking ass. Oh. Key change. All right, I have some questions regarding this because of the key change. There's even pitch screaming happening with his highs here. That's what it sounds like is happening in the background, in the phonation there. You can hear it. And then going up into woo! That's what it sounds like is happening there. And oh my goodness, that is so difficult to add the distortion to something so high in pitch. Woo! My Lord in heaven. And it sounds like it's in pitch. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Will, I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, man, but you're in key with the key change. Like the pitch behind, he's going, which is G now rather than F. It went up a whole step, and he's doing that with his phonation. You can hear it in the background, and it's in key with the song throughout. So even with the key change. Oh, wow. And it happens again here. That's incredible. Earth. Yes.
Spooky time.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. Oh my gosh. Like he sounds just like Gollum. Listen, this is just insane. I have no idea how this is done. Oh my gosh. I mean, the thing that is so fascinating about his sound, especially on those higher things, with mine, it's not, it lacks the treble and it lacks the forwardness that Will is showcasing here. I'm very cognizant of that, of the Fisher-Price version of his version here. Me being Fisher-Price, him being the actual professional thing. But that again, it's such a difficult thing to do. And I would recommend everyone watching this, before you attempt those higher parts, that you really take some time with somebody who knows what they're doing to get you through that. If you're really serious about doing stuff like this. Oh, and the trade, this is the same tongue position that he used for that infamous thing he did with To the Hellfire. That thing right there. He's doing that right here. It's cool to see that happen again. That the same thing that is in To the Hellfire happening here. It's like a signature. Yeah. Those higher frequencies. Okay. We got to break that down. All right. So we've got the happening there, which causes some subfrequencies to occur in the upper vocal tract. And he's coupling that with stable phonation. And he's doing descending scales with the subfrequencies. Wow. Listen. And he does it again. Are you shitting me? Okay. Let me get my bearings and give you a breakdown of how that happened. So you got the... So that's the first half. And then you got... And then he adds a cheek puff in the middle of the second stanza of that. It's so hard. That's amazing.
Spooky time.
Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. Let me. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. And not only that, he's twisting it to the side there. Like I said, this is 6-degree black belt shit, man. Wow. There's that. Oh, bringing all the elements together. Oh. Dang.
Into the earth.
The difference in his speaking voice from what he's doing vocally with his extreme vocals is amusing, to say the least. That's incredible. That's just incredible. Yeah, that ending section brought all of the things that we've been talking about throughout this video all together. It's like the finale to these nasty fireworks. I can't get over that. I can't get over that. And so just to clarify what that it's usually the tongue is on the sides of it are on the roof of the mouth, and then the tip of the tongue moves back and forth to create those subfrequencies on the top in the upper vocal tract. So that is something you can experiment with in your own time and at your own risk, and see if you can come up with something that's similar to what is being seen in Will's performance here. But the pirate, the guttural, the goblin, everybody's here. The SOVT scream, whole thing, whole gamut.
Into the earth.
Huh. Insane. Well, everybody, there you go. Say hi to Jackson. He's back here. I think he needs to go poop. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you found this music breakdown useful. I'm also going to leave a playlist of previous music breakdowns from this channel in the ending part of this video. So go make sure you check out that as well. And I will see you in the next video. Always remember, practice makes progress. And with that, you can go and find your voice. Take care until next time.